Hey, you. Yeah, you. What are you eating right now? Is that a sandwich? And I thought you were on the South Beach diet. Well, you can't have a sandwich and be on the South Beach diet. What do you mean, what do I mean? Okay, you know what? Let me explain. So, the South Beach diet was originally founded in Miami, Florida, aka South Beach, roughly around 2003 by Arthur Agustin. It is a high protein, low carb diet that was created to find a quick way of weight loss, but eventually teach you how to keep that weight off and continue to lose more weight as well. So by high protein, low carb, I mean that the average American diet is roughly around 45 to 65% carbohydrates. We're going to take those carbohydrates and drop that percentage down to about 28%. Okay, and then we're going to replace all those carbohydrates with lean protein. So that's going to be foods you can eat, such as lean meat, it's fish, it's skinless chicken, it's vegetables, it's some fruits, and we're going to cut out other foods. So we're going to get rid of your rice, your bread, your pastas. It's also going to be some fruit as well because those are high in carbohydrates. So the South Beach diet has a 3-step process. The first step is about a 2-week process where we cut out, if not all, 90% of those carbohydrates. So all your rices, your pastas, your breads, some fruits, we're just going to cut them out of the diet completely. And so by doing that, it'll allow us to get more of those lean proteins in all your fish, all your chicken, all your lean meats, your vegetables, and then eggs as well. It's going to allow us to put those into your diet more, which will help you lose weight. And so that 2-week process, you're looking at losing about 8 to 13 pounds, depending on how well you stick to the diet and if you include any exercise in there as well. Weight training or exercise in general is good for any kind of diet like this. And then it starts off short term, but it becomes long term. So short term is that first phase I was talking about. It's about 2 weeks where you lose that 8 to 13 pounds. But if you don't stick to it after that 2-week period, it's really easy to put that weight back on because it could easily be water weight and it could just be a little bit of fat. And so it's going to be a short-term fix, but then lifelong is going to be phase 2. Phase 2 is until you reach your goal weight. So you can start adding back in those carbohydrates, so your rices, your pastas, and your breads. But you're going to want to do it in whole wheat portions. So it's going to be whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, whole wheat rice. That way it's good carbohydrates, and you can add them back in slowly without all the effects of just normal white rice or regular pasta or anything like that. Now, when I was doing this, I did it for about 3 weeks. I initially wanted the first 2 weeks so that way I could see if there really is, a lot of weight loss in a 2-week period such as that. And then I wanted that extra week to see if anything was consistent or if I went down to the 1.5 pounds a week like you would find in phase 2. And so in the first 2 weeks, I saw that I lost about 6.5 to 7 pounds, which was really good. But I also included it with weight training. Like I said, weight training is really good for any kind of diet, or exercise in general is really good for any kind of diet. And so I did this, like I said, for about 3 weeks. And in the first 2 weeks, I found that I lost about 6.5 or 7 pounds just by cutting out carbs, which I was surprised by. I really didn't think it was going to work, if you want the absolute truth. And then that next week, I stuck, with the diet one more week. I did my weight training program, and I lost another 1.5 pounds. And so I started off this process about 210 pounds, and now I'm down to 202. And that being said, I will probably, use this low-carb diet idea a little more because of that. I have a goal weight I want to get to, so this is actually a really good diet. I'm glad I got it. And so just to recap, what we're doing with the South Beach diet, we're getting rid of all the rice, getting rid of all the pasta, and we're getting rid of all the bread. All those carbohydrates are going away.